What would that look like at the grocery store?
It would be higher coffee and higher banana prices and higher rose prices. They also export an awful lot of flowers. Let me give you an example. In the first Trump administration, President Trump put import tariffs on washing machines. The University of Chicago and the Fed found those tariffs raised prices on all washing machines by $92 each and brought in only $82 million in tariff money while increasing costs for the companies by a lot. So he's done this before. The question is, if he does it again, does that cause those companies like Samsung and LG to move their factories to the United States? That's what he wants.
Christine mentioned a negotiating table. You know, he's going to go to the extreme end of the bargain in order to get a better deal. And that's kind of been the modus operandi that we've experienced with Donald Trump over the years, certainly during the first administration. Peter, though, Christine was saying there's no negotiating table this time. It's this or else. You know, F around and find out. I'm going to be very careful when I say that so I don't say the whole phrase because it will get me fired. But do you sense a different Donald Trump this time, a different Donald Trump administration, a bigger willingness to actually do the extreme things that he's saying he'll do?
Well, I think you see a president who is more willing to use the instruments of American power than his modern day presidents predecessors have been. And there's a lot of reasons for that. One is it has been effective. We have seen even just in the last week, even before he became inaugurated, he used threats in order to achieve policy goals. The lesson he has taken from, threatening all hell will break out in the Middle East is it worked in terms of motivating the parties there to have a ceasefire in Gaza. The lesson he takes from threatening sanctions or threatening tariffs, on Canada is that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will rush to Mar-a-Lago and pledge to do whatever Donald Trump wants, in effect. I mean, he's not saying that, but he is definitely deferring to Trump's needs and desires in a way that other prime ministers might not have done with other presidents. So from his point of view, it's working. Now, that doesn't mean there's not long-term consequences, not much of a negotiation. It's not really very subtle. And you're using it against people in countries that are typically our friends that we may need in other circumstances. At the same time, he's bashing the European Union. The European Union may be really important to us if we end up in a trade war with China. So it has costs if you use this kind of technique in a more expansive way. But for the moment, Trump is trying to tell the world, do what I say, and everything will be fine.
Yeah, elaborate on that. Elaborate on the ways in which we might need typically our friends here. Why would we need Colombia for in another situation?